Next we are going to see about unusual plants. So we have the Insectivorous plant, and it is also known as your Venus flytrap. So insectivorous plants, some plants like your picture plant, your sundew, so your picture plant, sundew and Venus flytrap, they are both producers and carnivores. So plants like your picture plant, sundew and Venus flytrap are both producers and carnivores. Their leaves are modified in such a way that they trap insects. Therefore, they are known as insectivorous plants. So their leaves are modified in such a way so that they are able to trap plants, and hence they are known as insectivorous plants. In a picture plant, the leaf is shaped like a picture with a small lid. So this is called a picture. So this is a picture. So the leaves of the picture plant is shaped like a picture with a small lid. The picture is brightly colored to attract insects. So the color of the picture plant is brightly colored so that it can attract the insects fast. When an insect enters the picture, the lid closes. So it has a small lid, and when an insect enters, the lid immediately closes. When an insect enters the picture, the lid closes. This traps the insect inside. Digestive juices inside the picture helps digest the insect. So the juices that are available inside the picture help digest the insect. So there are plants like your picture plant, sundew and Venus flytrap. They are both producers as well as carnivores, and their leaves are modified to trap the insects. So they are known as insectivorous plants. Now if you take a picture plant, the leaves of the picture plant is shaped like a picture with a lid. So the bright color of the picture plant attracts the insects. So when the insect sits inside the picture plant, the lid automatically closes and the insect gets trapped inside, and the digestive juices that are present in the picture plant helps to digest the insect. Next is the leaves of a sundew plant are covered with sticky tentacles. So when coming to the sundew plant, the leaves of the sundew plant are covered with sticky tentacles in which insects get trapped. The insect is further digested by the plant. So when the insect sits on the leaves of the sundew plant, it gets stuck because it has sticky tentacles. So the insect gets stuck and it is automatically digested by the plant. So this is about your insectivorous plants, which are also producers and carnivores. The next unusual plant is your non-green plants. They are not green because of the absence of chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is the green colored pigment that provides the color. Some plants do not make their own food. So plants like mushroom and toadstool do not have chlorophyll and so cannot make their own food by photosynthesis. They absorb food from dead remains of plants and animals. Such plants are called saprophytes. So your non-green plants. These plants do not make their own food, and examples are your mushroom, your toadstool. They do not have chlorophyll and hence they cannot make their own food by photosynthesis. They absorb food from the dead and decaying plant and animals. So they are known as saprophytes. Next is your epiphytes. Some plants like mosses, ferns and many orchids grow on other plants. So there are certain plants that grow on other plants. That is your mosses, your ferns and many orchids. They grow on other plants. This allows them to reach positions where they can have better access to sunlight. So by growing on other plants, they are able to have a better access of the sunlight. These plants are known as epiphytes. So Epiphytes are plants like mosses, ferns and orchids that grow on other plants, and by growing on other plants they are able to have better access of the sunlight, and hence they are known as epiphytes. As their roots are not in the soil, they absorb moisture. So these epiphytes, they grow on other plants, so their roots are not in the soil, and so they absorb moisture and nutrients from the air, rain and water. So these plants, epiphytes, their roots are not in the soil, so they absorb the air, water and nutrient. They absorb moisture and nutrients from air, rain and water, or from the debris collecting around it, or from the dust particles or the debris that is collecting around it.